Hello everyone. Today I will present on a topic that has been of interest to many businesses and especially that is the topic of sustainable development and ESG reporting. Sustainability and ESG reporting have transformed how businesses demonstrate their commitment to report responsible practices. These reports provide stakeholders with transparent information about environmental, social, and governance performance. Today, we'll explore the fundamentals of ESG reporting and why it matters for modern organizations. What is ESG? ESG stands for environmental, social, and governance. It refers to three key factors used to evaluate the sustainability and ethical impact of an organization. Typically, a business investment. Here's a breakdown. Environmental E focuses on how a company addresses environmental issues such as climate change, carbon emissions, resource use, waste management, and conservation efforts. Social S relates to a company's relationships with its employees, customers, suppliers, and the broader community. It encompasses issues like diversity and inclusion, workplace conditions, human rights, and community engagement. Governance G deals with how a company is managed and governed. This includes practice around transparency, executive compensation, shareholder rights, ethics, and avoiding corruption. ESG has become a critical metric for investors and stakeholders who want to support organizations that align with sustainable and responsible practice. Companies that excel in ESG tend to attract more investment and build stronger reputations. The three pillars of ESG, the three pillars of ESG, environmental, social, and governance, are the foundation for evaluating an organization's sustainable and ethical practices. Here's how they work in harmony. Environmental E focuses on how an organization impacts the natural world. Key areas include carbon emissions, energy efficiency, waste management, resource conservation, and addressing climate change. Social S highlights an organization's relationships with people and communities. It covers diversity and inclusion, employee well-being, human rights, community impact, and consumer trust. Governance G deals with the systems and practice that ensure accountability and ethical leaderships. Topics include transparency, executive compensation, shareholder rights, anti-corruption measures, and board diversity. These pillars not only encourage companies to act responsibly, but also help stakeholders such as investors and customers assess their commitment to sustainability and ethical governance. Environmental factors in ESG. The environmental factors in ESG in emphasize how an organization interacts with and impacts the planet. Let's delve into the key areas you mentioned. Climate change. This includes efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, mitigate climate risks, and align with global goals like the Paris Agreement. Companies might focus on adopting renewable energy, setting carbon neutral targets, or engaging in carbon offset initiatives. Resource use businesses are assessed on how efficiently they use raw materials and minimize waste. Sustainable sourcing with recycling programs and circular economy strategies play a big role here. Water biodiversity protecting ecosystems is critical. This factor covers managing water resources sustainably, preventing pollution and conserving biodiversity through ethical land use practice. Energy, reducing energy consumption, improving energy efficiency, and transitioning to clear renewable energy sources like solar, wind, or hero are central roles. Each of these factors highlights a company's environmental responsibility and its commitment to building a sustainable future. Social factors in ESG. The social factors in ESG focus on how organizations interact with people, both within and beyond their operation. Here's a breakdown of the key areas you highlighted. Labor practices. This includes fair wage, safe working conditions, and respect for workers' rights. Companies are evaluated on how they prevent exploitation, promote employee well-being, and comply with labor laws. Diversity and inclusion emphasize, uh, cre- emphasizes creating a workforce that reflects different backgrounds, genders, ethnicities, and perspectives. Is about fostering an environment where everyone feels valued and has equal opportunities for growth. Human rights involves protecting basic human rights across all operations and supply chains. Companies are held accountable for preventing child labor, forced labor, and ensuring ethical sourcing of materials. Community relations highlights a company contributions to and engagement with the communities it impacts. This includes charitable initiatives, local hiring practices, and supporting social causes to uplift society. These factors show how businesses can positively influence people and society, creating value that goes beyond profits. governance factors in in uh, in ESG. The governance factors in ESG focus on how an organization ensure accountability, ethical behavior, and sound management practices. Here's an outline of key areas you mentioned. What the structure of the site evaluates how a company's board of directors is organized and whether it effectively oversees management. This includes board diversity, independence, and ensuring checks and balances are in place. Ethics and compliance looks at a company's adherence to ethical standards and legal requirements. It involves anti-corruption policies, whistleblower protections, and maintaining a culture of integrity. Executive compensation assessment whether um, leadership is compensated fairly and in alignment with company performance and shareholder interests. This includes avoiding excessive higher dis, disparities or incentives that encourage risky behavior. Transparent reporting emphasizes honest and accessible communication of a company's financial and ESG related performance. This includes timely disclosures, clear metrics, and compliance with reporting standards. Strong best practices lay the foundation for trust and long-term success. The importance of ESG reporting. ESG reporting is critical for driving transparency, accountability, and sustainability across different levels of society. Here's why it matters. Corporate level. Trust and reputation companies that report on ESG build trust with stakeholders, including investors, employees, and customers by showcasing their commitment to ethical and sustainable practice. Risk management helps organizations identify and address potential environmental, social, and governance risks before they escalate into significant issues. Attracting investors increasingly prioritize companies with strong ESG performance, viewing them as more resilient and forward thinking. Long-term value, ESG reporting helps align business strategies with sustainability goals, creating long-term economic, environmental, and social value. Industry level, pan-marking, pan-marking enables industry to compare performance against peer, encouraging healthy competition in adopting best practice for sustainability. Collaborative solutions, industry-wide ESG data fosters collaboration on shared challenges like reducing carbon footprints or improving diversity across the sector. Regulatory compliance. Many industries face growing regulations regarding sustainability, and transparent reporting ensures adherence to these standards. Global level, addressing global challenges, ESG reporting contributes to tackling critical or global issues like climate change, inequality, and corruption, aligning with frameworks like the UN Sustainable Development Goals SDGs. Cross-border collaboration encourages international cooperation by providing consistent metrics that countries and organizations can use to work together on shared priorities. Driving systemic change. Widespread adoption of ESG reporting sets the stage for a shift towards sustainable development globally, influencing governments, businesses, and communities at level benefits significantly from robust ESG reporting, making it a vital tool for creating a more sustainable and equipped equitable world. Uh, Key drivers of ESG reporting. The key drivers of ESG reporting reflect the evolving pressures and opportunities that encourage organizations to adopt transparency in sustainability practices. Uh, break it down. Regulation, governments, and regulatory bodies are increasingly requiring companies to disclose ESG-related information. Examples include mandatory climate disclosures and compliance with global standards like the EU taxonomy for sustainable activities. In investor pressure, investors now prioritize ESG as a critical factor in decision making, looking for companies that align with long-term sustainability goals. Asset management managers often demand comprehensive ESG reports to assess risks and role potential stakeholder expectations. Employee, customer, and communities expect business to act ethically and responsibly. Transparent ESG reporting builds trust and strengthens relationship with key stakeholders who value sustainable impact. Competitive advantage. Companies that excel in ESG stand out in the market by appealing to conscious, conscious, conscious consumers and environmentally aware investors. Proactive buzz reporting can highlight leadership in sustainability and involving enhancing reputation and market share. These drivers illustrate why ESG reporting has become a fundamental aspect of corporate strategy. ESG reporting frameworks and standards. ESG reporting frameworks and standards provide guidance for organizations to disclose their sustainability efforts in a consistent and credible manner. Um, Here's an overview. Global standards. Uh, Global Reporting Initiative (GRI), one of the most widely used frameworks focusing on the environmental, social, and economic impacts of organization. Sustainability accounting standards called SASB and provides industry specific standards for disclosing material ESG information to investors. Task, task force on climate-related financial disclosures. CCFD focuses on climate-related financial risks, helping companies align their disclosures with investor needs. Yes, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs). While not a strict framework, many organizations align their ESG initiative with the 17 global goals for sustainable regional standards. EU taxonomy regulations provides a classification system for sustainable economic activities in the European Union, guiding companies towards meeting climate goals.